Welcome children to your English language class. We will continue with the chapter Verbs Voice, which we started in the previous class. We have already discussed the basic rules for transformation of sentences from the active form to the passive form. Yet we will understand in details these rules along with some instances. Let's start, children. Rules for transforming sentences from active to passive voice. The passive voice formed by using appropriate forms of verbs to be with the third form of the verb. Remember, when we transform a sentence from active to the passive voice is formed by using the third form of the verb. The first form or the second form, which is already used in the active voice, will be replaced with the third form of the verb. The third form is also known as V3 or the past participle form of verb. Number 2. The object takes the place of the subject. There is an interchange of position of the object and the subject from the active to the passive. So the subject and the object of the active interchange their positions in the passive. Number 3. The subject is either left out or mentioned at the end and as a mere agent of the action done. In certain cases, we find that the subject of the active voice may be omitted or left out in the passive voice. That totally depends on the meaning of the sentence. Usually, when the subject refers to somebody anonymous and not one particular person or some particular body, we may omit the subject. Number 4. The verb does not change its tense but its form only. This is a very important rule, children. Keep this in mind. The verb does not change its tense but it changes its form. That is, the form from the first or the second changes to the third form, but the tense remains the same. If the sentence in the active voice is in the simple present or present continuous or present perfect or say present perfect continuous, the tense of the transformed sentence will remain the same. Also, this rule applies for the past tense and the future tense. The tense does not change of the verb. The tense of the verb does not change, but it is only the form from the first or the second to the third which changes. Number 5. The preposition by is mostly used to show the subject as an agent of action. Sometimes other prepositions like to, with, at, and in, etc. are used in place of by. Usually, in most cases, we do use the preposition by before the agent or the doer of the action in the passive voice, but according to the syntax of certain sentences, by does not stand grammatically correct. For those sentences, we have to replace the by other prepositions with other prepositions like with, at, in, or to. We will see examples of these in the next few slides. Number 6. Prepositions already attached with the verb in the active voice are not dropped while using by. Remember, prepositions which are already attached with the by with the verb in the active voice does not get dropped even though we use the by in the passive voice. For example, do not look down upon the poor. Do not look down upon the poor. Children, here look down, if you notice, is a phrasal verb. We cannot remove the down, the preposition down here when we use by with the verb look. The down needs to be used because this is a phrasal verb. Another simple example I'll give you. Say, he laughed at the poor. Okay, he laughed at the poor. Laughed is the verb. There is a preposition at attached along with the laughed because laughed at is also a phrasal verb. That does not mean when we transform this sentence from active to passive, we are going to omit the at after the verb laughed because we use by with the doer of the action. So he laughed at the beggar. The beggar was laughed at by him. You cannot say The beggar was laughed by him. That is a wrong sentence. The beggar was laughed at. See how we are retaining the at and we are keeping it intact along with the verb laugh, though we are using by after it. This is what this number 6 meant here. Let's move on to the next slide, children. Let's now see some examples on these. The fundamental rules. The rules are again mentioned here. The places of subject and object are interchanged, the one that we learned just now. Example, I write a letter. In the passive voice, a letter is written by me. See, I is the subject here, a letter is the object here. Interchange of positions take place in the passive voice. A letter, which is the object, comes to the position of the subject in the passive voice, and I, which is a subject, takes the position of the object in the passive voice. This is how the transformation of object or the position of the subject on the object take place, children. Now moving to number 2. Sometimes subject of sentence is not used in passive voice. Subject of sentence can be omitted in passive voice if without subject it can give enough meaning in passive voice. So coming to the omission of subject, when we can omit the subject, if the subject is understood, it does not make any difference in the meaning of the passive voice, or it gives the meaning, keeps the meaning intact and gives out the meaning correctly in the passive voice, we may omit the subject. Let's see an example. Cloth is sold in yards. Here this sentence is already in the passive voice. Cloth is sold in yards. Here you will find that there is no subject mentioned. Cloth is sold in yards. There is no subject mentioned here. But when we transform this particular sentence from passive to active, we can very well write, shopmen sell cloth in yards. There shopmen becomes the subject, right? But here we have omitted the subject. This is how the subject may be omitted. Clear? Third form of verb is always used as main verb in sentences of passive voice for all tenses. Base form of verb or present participle will be never used in passive voice. So like I had discussed before, the third form is used in passive voice. The base form or the present of the verb or present participle is never used, but it is always the past participle which is used. Example, he sings a song. A song is sung by him. Sings here is in the present form, the first form. Sung is the third form of the present form, sing. Next, number 4. The word by is not always used before subject in passive voice. Sometimes words with, to, etc. also may be used before subject in passive voice. Examples, the water fills the tub. Here this sentence is in the active voice. When we transform this to passive, the tub is filled with water. See how here we have used with instead of by. We cannot say the tub is filled by water. By cannot be used here. That will make the syntax of the sentence go incorrect and the sentence will have grammatical error. Hence we have used with here. He knows me. I am known to him. We cannot say I am known by him. I am known to him. There are these few sentences in which you have to be very careful about using the preposition correctly. Do not blindly use by everywhere. Number 5, auxiliary verbs are used in passive voice according to the tense of the sentence. Right. Auxiliary verbs are used in the passive voice. Auxiliary verbs which are used in the passive voice are, for the present forms we use is and are, for the past forms we use was and were, and for future we use will or shall. These are used accordingly in the passive voice. Also these depend on the subject, whether the subject is singular, plural. Accordingly we use whether is, am or are, depending on the subject and the person of the subject of the sentence. Now changes of pronouns. Children, pronouns do change when we transform sentences from active to passive. Like I like mangoes becomes mangoes are liked by me, and not mangoes are liked by I. That is wrong, right? Therefore, I changes to me, we to us, you remains the same, does not change. He changes to him, she changes to her, it remains the same again, and they becomes them. This is how the changes in the form of pronouns take place while we transform sentences from active to passive. I hope this was clear to you, children. Listen to this explanation very attentively. If there is anything you think you have not understood, you need some clarification, please feel free to discuss these or to bring up the doubts to me so that I can clear this to you when we meet next. I mean in the live interactive classes. Okay children, thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Stay safe.